Welcome to the Old Coins Explorer, the ultimate treasure hunt. Here we are exploring the hidden secrets about old and rare coins. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video. Let me ask you something crazy. What if I told you that a coin you might have in your pocket, a coin that looks like it's worth just 25 cents, could actually be hiding a story worth far more than that? That's right. I'm talking about a 1967 Washington quarter. Sounds boring? Well, keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. This isn't just about a coin. It's about a forgotten piece of American history, secret minting decisions, mysterious errors, and a flood of production that nearly changed the way Americans collect coins forever. Trust me, you're going to want to know everything about this coin. Now, picture this. It's the year 1967. The United States is in the midst of cultural revolutions. The Vietnam War is in full swing. The Beatles are ruling the radio. The world is spinning faster than ever before. But behind the scenes at the U.S. Mint, something strange is going on. People are hoarding coins, especially silver ones. Why? Because just 2 years earlier, in 1965, the government pulled the plug on using real silver in quarters. That move would change everything. Before we jump into the juicy details of the 1967 quarter, let's talk quickly about what came before it. For decades, U.S. quarters were made of 90% silver, real silver. That meant every quarter you spent was actually worth more than its face value, especially when silver prices went up. But in 1965, due to rising costs and hoarding by the public, the government made a bold move. They started minting quarters with no silver at all. They switched to a clad composition. Basically, copper sandwiched between two layers of nickel. And then came 1967. Here's where it gets fascinating. The Mint wanted to keep coin collectors from causing another shortage by pulling new coins out of circulation. So, they made a few very unusual decisions. First, they removed mint marks from all coins. That's right. No D for Denver, no S for San Francisco. Every 1967 quarter looks like it came from the same place. But that's not all. They also stopped making proof sets and uncirculated coin sets for the public. Instead, they introduced something called a special mint set, or SMS. These coins weren't quite proofs, but they were way better than what you find in your pocket change. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what makes the 1967 quarter special today? Let's break it down. First, the mintage numbers. The U.S. Mint made over 1.5 billion Washington quarters in 1967. That's a staggering number. In fact, it's one of the highest production years for quarters in U.S. history. Why so many? Simple. People were hoarding silver coins, and the government needed to make sure there were enough quarters to go around. So they flooded the market. But here's the twist. Among those billions of coins, there are rare varieties. There are subtle differences. There are error coins. And those could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Let's start with the Special Mint Set SMS quarters. These coins are sharper, shinier, and struck with more care than regular circulation coins. If you ever come across one, hold on to it. But more than that, look at the finish. Is it a cameo? That means the design looks frosted while the background is mirror-like. These cameo or deep cameo coins are highly collectible. In fact, a top-grade 1967 SMS Deep Cameo quarter can easily go for over $100. Now, here's where things get spicy. Among the 1967 quarters, a small number are believed to have errors and varieties that slip through the cracks. Think double strikes, off-center coins, die cracks, and even double dies, where parts of the design appear duplicated. These aren't always easy to spot, but when you do find one, jackpot. Some of these error coins have sold at auction for hundreds of dollars, even if they're just clad quarters. But wait, there's more. There's a rumor that a few 1967 quarters were actually struck on silver planchets, those leftover silver blanks from 1964 that somehow made it through the new process. While these are ultra-rare and not officially confirmed, a few examples have popped up and sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community. So if you ever get a 1967 quarter that sounds a little different, more of a high-pitched ring when dropped, or weighs slightly more than 5.67 grams. Don't spend it. It could be worth a fortune. Let's talk value. So, you're probably wondering, how much is my 1967 quarter worth? If it's just an ordinary circulated one, it's worth 25 cents. Sorry, even in uncirculated condition, a standard 1967 quarter might fetch a few bucks, maybe $1 to $5. Not exactly life-changing money, but the real value comes from condition and rarity. If you have a mint state, MS 67 or higher, quarter from 1967, or better yet, an SMS Deep Cameo, you could be looking at $50, $100, or even more. Error coins? The sky's the limit, depending on how rare and dramatic the mistake is. The most desirable 1967 quarters are those with crisp, flawless detail, no scratches, and that eye-catching cameo contrast. These are true collector pieces. Let's zoom out for a second. Why should you care about a 1967 quarter? Because it's more than metal. It's a symbol of a country in transition, culturally, economically, and numismatically. It's the result of a government trying to balance the value of metal with the demands of a growing economy. It's also a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary-looking things carry the most extraordinary stories.